Hey guys, we're back with another video on the Ranger. Now, it's back here on this table, right there. It's going to kind of apply to everybody because I think everybody's going to want one of these in their cars. Why not? You know, whether you're just an everyday person or you're a YouTuber, a content creator, or you just like to take pictures, whatever it is, you're definitely going to relate to this video. So go ahead and watch it. They got tons of products, so we'll go ahead and get into it. So here we have it, the collection for the 24 and 25 Ford Rangers. Now here's your tracks that you choose. You can pretty much build your own. It's pretty cool. You can get a couple pre-made ones with phone holders on it, different styles and all that stuff. Now this is straight from their website. Now this is what I have. It is the slim track that we got on this video for this Ranger. And here's a little rundown on it. And here's a couple of the extra pieces you can get, like the different balls and stuff you can get for it. Here's the different phone holders you can get for it. Like they got the MagSafe one, they have a charging one, they got a couple different features on them and all that stuff. They have the quad lock one, the charging quad lock one. Then you can scroll down, look at the tablet holders. They got, of course, a magnetic one again, and then they have a spring-loaded clamp one. And then we go to the radar detectors and the camera mounts. We got GoPros. We got regular 1/4x20 thread for a camera or like a tripod mount. And then we come to the switch panel holders. So they got, of course, the 6-gang aux beam panels, diode dynamic panels, like all these different switch panels that you can get holders for this system. Now, they also have a monitor holder like Garmin. They got the 4 T-mount adapter, the regular T-mount adapter, 1 T-mount adapter, and I believe they have the 2 T-mount adapter also, and then the Furrion and a Diamond, and also an amps adapter for all this. And then you can get different drop down and extension kits. They make different lengths, all sorts of different attachments, and of course this comes in all different colors. You can change the knob colors, the ring colors. They got several different colors for every single one, for every single different attachment that you would like to get. So here it is. Our friends over at Tackform went ahead and hooked us up with this full setup that I chose for my 24 Ford Ranger. Now this is for a 24 and 25 Ford Ranger. This is the all new dash bracket. I don't believe it's on their website yet. This is like all new because the new Ranger last year was a redesign. The whole interior and the exterior is redesigned. So it's all new. So this is a big deal that we got this first, and we're going to go ahead and put it in. Now Cody did make the other video for the 19 to 23 Ranger on this whole setup also, which is going to be different. So go ahead and check that out right here, and you'll see how it goes. I know there's a lot of new exciting news about the channel and everything else. So I am a dad now. My wife had her baby, well, our baby, I should say, back in June. So I am a dad. That's awesome. So of course I am rocking the car seat base in the back seat of the Ranger. Nevertheless, he loves it because it's loud. Who wouldn't? Got something on the seat there. So gonna go ahead and move the seat back so we can work in here. You know, never know when you need a towel, just because you gotta have the seat forward with a car seat. All you dads know what a pain. Okay, so we got the seat moved back. Now this mount's gonna go up here, so let's go get into it and see what we got in the package. They really go like over the top here with packaging. Like they have each individual one, like you select each one that you want. They have a ton of different colors. They got the instructions in the back pretty much for everyone, as you can see. Bam, bam, bam. Cody's video goes over a lot of all this. Of course, they give you an alcohol prep pad in case you need one. Awesome with their logo on it. You're probably going to need one to install this. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm pretty sure it's no drilling. Don't hold me to that. But here is the system. It is compatible with all these that it shows you. Different track mounts. They have, you know, a ton of different mounts. Go on their website, check them out. You can customize everything, different lengths, different specs, all that, colors, like I said. But again, the packaging, like, it's nice and boxed and bagged, you know, ready to go with all the part numbers on it. So let's go ahead and get the base mounted on there, and then we'll go from there. Here is the directions. Now, it looks like you're going to take this panel off, the factory radio above it. Take that off, and there's going to be screws in there that you're going to attach the track to. Like, check this out. They give you the nut driver and a little trim tool and a little drill bit and the Allen key and all the nice hardware and the spacers. And that was just in this track box that come with this track. Yep, that's aluminum. It's cast aluminum. Very nice. Wow. Look at that. That thing's solid. Very solid. So let's go ahead and get it in there. We'll kind of go over, let's see here. So you remove the top piece from the dash, like I said. Then you loosen the 2 screws shown in the diagram, but not completely. Then you angle the track forward so that the slot into the 2 front screws. Insert the bracket into the seat location and tighten down completely. Then you tighten the 2 front screws down use the included drill bushing to keep the drill bit centered while you're drilling out the holes. Okay, so it is not a non-drill. You do have to drill your dash a little bit, which is kind of sketchy, but it looks like if you have to, you can return it to stock. You could just remove this piece and put your trim piece back on. So let's go get the trim piece out with our fancy tool. We got this out, this top trim piece. It sits on here just like this. There's only 4 clips. And this trim tool comes in very handy. I just went ahead and slipped it right in here and just carefully popped them out once I figured out where each one of these was at. This is very flimsy. As you can see, it bends easily. So be careful. Just kind of pry on it where you can see these clips and it'll come right out. And then the 2 screws right here and right there, they're both 7mm, and you can use the supplied little nut driver. So you want to take those, don't take them out completely, just loosen them. So go ahead and then get this mounted on here. So it looks like those screws will slide under these slots here, these 2, and then I believe you have to drill these holes. And you get the little drill guide bushings that go in the back, and it looks like the holes are going to be back here. So this is all going to be completely covered up. So if you go to trade the truck in, you know, whatever it might be, you can go ahead and keep this cover, keep it, and then put it right back on. All you got to do is take this off. This is like the whole thing of the operation here. This mount system right here. Like, if you don't have this, then then you put the assault track on top. But if you don't have this, you're not really going to mount anything, you know, to your truck solidly. So that's awesome. You're not really going to see this. This is going to cover all this up and take up this space, and it's going to look nice and streamlined. So let's go ahead and get it on there. We got her mounted on there. Now you almost have to take these screws out the whole way, and it's a little bit tricky to get it slipped down in there, but it is really solid on there. And these are the 2 holes back here on the instructions that you have to insert the little guides on and drill the holes in. And then you put 2 more screws in the back from this diagram. Back here, you just drill little holes in here and run the screws in there. Like, as you can see, like, this covers completely everything up, so it looks factory. It does. You wouldn't even know. You'd have no idea if you got in this truck. And the only other downside is the passenger airbag's the only real light that's up here, so like, you're not really gonna block anything that you can't see. So this is gonna be really awesome for like anything, a phone, a camera. If you wanted to put your GPS up here, if you wanted to put a monitor up here, you know, whatever, maybe you have a programmer, put it up there. This is gonna be nice. So the next step is, if you don't want to put these screws in and you don't want to drill your dash, I get it, and I'm not going to do that because this is literally mounted on here solid, like as solid as can be. But we'll see with the phone on there and the camera how solid it is. But they also give you little plugs to put in the holes to cover it up, which is awesome. Look at that. I have the slim track that I got. You could get that or the assault track. Now you're going to use the bottom 4 screw holes and these little spacers. So we'll go ahead and get that thrown on now. So these little spacer things, I don't really know what they're for yet. So you just slide them in the end of the track here once this focuses. You just slide them in the end here like this, and you want them facing like that. And there's supposed to be 4 of them. See, they just slide in there based on this picture. You just want to space them out. And then go ahead and throw your screws in and we'll get it on there. Again, you're going to use the back or bottom 4 screw holes. So it really helps to look at this picture. So to kind of line it up. And you kind of like, I'm going to leave them all loose so you can pick them up and see, you know, which holes that you're going to go in to mount this. So it's really helpful too, because the picture kind of shows you where the screws go. If you look at the top picture, like one goes the second one in, and then you come in a little bit and put the other ones. So you kind of have a great idea. Just keep them all loose before you get them all started. All mounted up now. Keep in mind, all these screw holes are slotted, so they kind of sit in the middle. Once you get it lined up, I just kind of centered it, you know, from left to right. And then I went ahead and tightened them down. Should you use Loctite? I don't know yet. I'll have to find out. But I went ahead and tightened them, cranked them down with the shorter end so you get a little leverage on them. But they are small screws, so just keep that in mind. Don't go nuts and strip them out because they are down inside this track. So go ahead and throw all the mounts on now. Here is the foam mount I got, for example. It is the magnetic mount, and it gives you detailed instructions for all of them based on which pieces you got, different arms and ball lengths and all that stuff, and different attachments. So each one of these is going to be different. It is your choice. You order it. They build it, throw this all together how you order it. It's all very specific. So you can get different lengths, different attachments, etc. There's tons of options. So we'll go ahead and go through these and kind of throw it together. Now, if you chose to get a different accent color on all your stuff, it comes in black, but you can opt out a different color. So this is the installation guide on changing out all the rings and the knobs to get it on there. Since I have one of these shorter ones, you cannot put an accent ring on it. You can only do the knobs. You need the longer ones to do the accent rings on, so just keep that in mind. Now on most of these, there is also an optional security screw that you can put in the end here. There's these little caps. Don't forget to switch them over. So if you take the caps out here, the security screw goes right there in the end, and then you cannot loosen these, and it'll hold these knobs on here. It's optional. You don't have to put them on, but they give you all the hardware to do so. So here's my magnetic foam mount that I got. It comes with the little magnetic piece that you put on the back of your case or in between it or whatever you want. Bam, sticks right on there. Perfect. I think I'm going to stick it on the back of my phone. Now, as you can see, this has a ball mount too, so you can put it on either one of these, whatever one you'd want, which is also nice if you get the accents because they are all aluminum. The stock black ones are plastic, so I would highly, upgrade it, recommend upgrading it because it also looks cooler. Building all these attachments, so I got the shortest attachments that they had. You can get all different lengths, which is kind of crappy for me because you can't put the accent rings on all the short attachments. So I kept the phone one really short, and then I got the camera mount, so you can screw on any mount that goes. This is pretty much a tripod mount, so like any camera with a base on it that has the tripod screws, and it comes with a nice fancy metal gear. So I kind of set it up so it's like really adjustable. I got extra pieces to really adjust it, and then you just keep these bases and you slide them on here any way you would like. I might have to loosen it up some. So we'll get those thrown on there. I'll get my phone mount. I kind of want it over here. I kept it short because obviously you don't really want to block this radio, and you don't want it in your view here. And then we're going to put the camera mount over here just because we do a lot of filming and off-road stuff. It's going to be perfect. I can have my phone up there. You could really quickly just throw your phone on this mount, but I'll show you here in a second. There is one mount on there. Now you're going to need to retain the Allen wrench to tighten the top of the screw. And now looking at these, they only go on one direction because there's little teeth, if it'll focus, in the bottom of them. And it will only go on one way. See the teeth? Oh, it's blocking it. See the teeth in there? They only go on one way and they'll slide. And then you put it wherever you want. And the cool thing is you can add as many as you want, take them off, put them anywhere you want on this whole rail. Put it anywhere. So there you have it. I got my phone mount over here, my magnetic phone mount. I got my backer on the back of my phone here. And then I got my camera mount that's like fully adjustable. You can do it high, low. The best thing is these are all on ball joints. So like I kept this one a little loose. So you can literally position this however you want. You could do it that way. I mean, it's loose now. So there's a little nut on the back of this thing that you tighten the ball into, which you need that little ball, double ball mount to go into that. And this one you could do, there's so many different options to do on this one. As you can see, for the camera mount, you can have it going forward, backward, sideways. You could flip it down. You could turn it around so it's facing you. Same thing with this. Like, this is going to be just perfect for filming. You could magnetic your phone right up here and just film what you're driving, whatever. That's so awesome. So here's what the full setup looks like. I got all green accents on there. That is going to be awesome. Thanks, guys, for watching, and keep it tipsy.